We've all heard that cliche saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Well, I'm here to tell you that when it comes to planning your real estate YouTube content, this is especially true. What's up, y'all? It's Rachel, and if you know me, you know that I've been creating YouTube real estate content since basically the beginning of my career. Before I get to the main part, I do want to give you some background information, but there are chapters down below if you'd prefer to skip ahead. So I got my license back in January 2020, and my first YouTube video was uploaded in March of 2020. So if you're a new real estate agent curious about how you can get into YouTube, I'm here to tell you that you can and you should. That's because scripting a video is also very educational. Anyone in real estate knows that there's always something more to learn, and I've found that by creating these YouTube videos, it's helped me to become a community market expert. People value both my information as well as my opinion. So how do we script a YouTube video? Well, it all starts with identifying your topic. First, you'll think of a topic, and then you'll do your keyword research just to verify that this is a topic worth targeting in your keywords in both your tags, title, and description. This step is so important because it's what helps you to be ranked in search as well as be found by the YouTube search engine. Now, I could create an entire video dedicated to keyword research, but here's just some of the basics. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments though. What's your preferred tool for keyword research? As a Karen Carr disciple, I learned right away to use Keywords Everywhere as well as the YouTube extension TubeBuddy. Keywords Everywhere is a Google Chrome extension that when you type into the Google search bar, it tells you how many people worldwide search for that term every month, as well as how competitive that search term ranks for. Anything 0.3 and below would be considered not very competitive. So anything above 0.3, you would have a little bit more competition in ranking for that search term. And honestly, I don't worry too much about search volume unless that number is 0. As long as it's getting searched some, I think it's worth targeting. So if you're looking at ranking with TubeBuddy, you'll want to go to the Keyword Explorer and type in the search term that you would like to rank for. If you're in the green zone, that means TubeBuddy thinks that it's worth targeting. So for this week's video, I wanted to make a video on living in Laverne, Tennessee. It's a mid-sized city in the north part of my county. When I go to my keywords extension and I type in moving to Laverne, Tennessee or living in Laverne, Tennessee, I came up with 0 as far as search results. So I thought that may not be a keyword that I want to target. But when I type in just Laverne, Tennessee, I come up with thousands of hits per month and almost no competition. So I want to put Laverne, Tennessee as the first part of my title in my YouTube video. Once you have the keyword that you're targeting for, then it's time to do the actual research on your topic. So I'm choosing to do a video on Laverne, Tennessee. So I want to tell my audience, what is Laverne known for? Why might you want to live in Laverne? I'll talk a little bit about the major employers in the area as well as the local schools, and I'll even touch on the crime and safety in the area. Then you might also want to talk about what's the local real estate market in that area. What's the average price of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house? As far as this rundown goes, these are just some common questions that I faced with working with buyers that are relocating to a different area. And aren't these general questions that you would also want to know if you were moving to a new place? Tell them why they should want to live there. And don't just tell them all the great things. Tell them a little bit about the cons as well. No place is perfect. People know this and they'll really respect your honesty. So finally, I get on to writing my scripts. But I can't tell you how to write a script though without your keyword research and also researching your topic. All of these steps are necessary in creating a YouTube video. Although my videos sound very conversational, I put a lot of work into all these videos. So when it comes to writing the actual script, there are a couple of different ways that you could go about this. I'd encourage you to try different ways and find out what works best for you. So most people, including my mentor, Karen Carr, recommend doing bullet points. Bullet points can remind you of the main ideas that you want to cover and help to keep you on track without you sounding monotone, reading things word for word off of a script. I personally can't do bullet points because I found that I include way too many words. I prefer to be a little more concise in getting my point across, and I want to sound conversational in tone without including too many words or just sounding fluffy. I sit at my computer and I type out every single word that I plan to say so that I don't accidentally get diarrhea of the mouth. With practice and thoughtfulness, you could do the same thing that I'm doing right now. You could either just read off of a teleprompter or just read off of a piece of paper like I'm doing right now. First, I'll read the script a few times. That helps me to establish my conversational tone. And since I wrote the script myself, I've already written it in a more conversational style. I've found that with regular practice, I can even pick up in the middle of a sentence and still enunciate the words in the same way as if I were saying the complete sentence at once. Again, this is going to take practice, just like recording the videos themselves. I'd encourage you to be a good listener and pay attention to the different fluctuations in your voice that can help you to enunciate the words in such a way that it gets your point across better. So you may be asking yourself, how much time does all this take? Well, I typically spend about 1 to 2 hours on my keyword research, researching my topic, and scripting my video. Then it'll probably take an additional 2 hours at least to edit your video and upload it to YouTube. At this point in my career, I no longer edit videos myself just because of how time-consuming it takes. I'd encourage you that as soon as you can, hire a video editor and outsource that work. Yes, this is a lot of work, and most real estate agents aren't even gonna bother with it. But you're different. Put in that little extra effort now because you will be rewarded 1,000 times over a few months from now when people are calling you and they want you to be their real estate agent. What happens is that people develop a parasocial relationship with you through the video screen, and they already decide that they know, like, and trust you. Make sure to hit that like button if you learned something new today, and subscribe with the bell so that you'll be the first to know when I post a new video, and I'll see you next time.